Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizano, and this is episode 241 of the world famous Universal Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But you and I, ladies and gentlemen, we just call it Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today from the great state of Georgia, okay? The very chilly Georgia. Today is April the 2nd. 2021. It's Friday. I know some of you people are over the moon excited about it being Friday, but I am not. Okay. I wrote an email a couple days ago. Matter of fact, it should be coming out today. And if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not getting the emails, first question, why not? Second question, go to thelousydriver.com. That once again, that is the lousy LOUSYDRIVER.com. Go subscribe and you can read all the emails. We pump them out on a regular basis. This weekend, ladies and gentlemen, I uploaded all my podcast. I uploaded all my emails yesterday. Today we have 3 going out. Tomorrow we have 5. Sunday we have 6. All right, we are pumping these emails out. And why are we pumping these emails out this month? Because we are, as I told you before, the one thing you don't want people just sort of hanging around your email list. You know, they're either gonna buy a few things. They're gonna either open up the emails or you can flush them out. You know, it's not that complicated. You know, people, if somebody reads the emails over and over and then eventually they might buy something, it's fine. That's great. I'm not saying you have to read 100% of the emails that I produce or anybody else produces. Of course not. You're not going to read 100%, but I have some people on my email list. They haven't read an email in umpteen years. So I'm like, you know what? Once every couple of months, I try to flush them out. I just send more and more emails, and then that way, you know, they will go running. They go, oh no, this is too much. Oh no, I don't want this. I never signed up for this. You know, so that is one reason. That is one way you can get rid of people off your email list. And why do you want people off your email list? Because you are paying for that stuff. Listen, if you use any one of these autoresponders, any one of these email marketing things, we both know it costs you money. I use GetResponse. You know, my email list is not over 1,000 yet, but let's say if when I get to 1,000, I have 1,003. Let's say I have 1,003 and I have 4 people that never haven't read an email, never going to read an email. Then I'm paying for these 4 people. That's wasted money. And this, even though we are running a for-profit business, we are not running a charity around here. So we are not looking to give GetResponse all my monies. Okay. I am looking to give GetResponse what they got coming to them, but I'm not looking to give them any extra money. You know what I mean? So for you, I suggest you do the same thing. Every now and then you can weed them out. Write a bunch of emails. Right. Pump them out. And I wrote yesterday, speaking of emails, I don't know if I've told you before, but I'm on this guy's email list. His name is Ben Settle. He's a great guy to follow and listen to about email marketing because he's pretty good at it. And yesterday I was thinking about him because I went back and I looked at the first email I ever pumped out, and it was a terrible email. And it was just like, I'm not gonna send you a lot of emails, blah 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 blah. And I remember in the beginning stages of this online movement, I really wasn't making. Well, I wasn't making any money. Let's be honest with each other, okay? I wasn't making any money. And the reason why I wasn't making very much money was because I was not sending emails. I was not marketing very much. I was not producing a lot of content. It was a lot of not doing, you know. I'm just like, you guys don't worry about it. I won't badge you. I will not badger you that much. I will sprinkle the emails, blah, blah, blah. It was just a bad email. And I went back and looked last weekend. I sent like 4 emails in both days. And I just wrote him and I was like, in the beginning, my emails were terrible. I just would send them every blue moon and it just wasn't working. But I told him, I said, once I got on your email list, I realized, man, you can send as many emails as you want. If you send somebody 12 emails, that's up to them. They're either gonna open some of them, read some of them, buy whatever you're selling, or they're gonna unsubscribe. It's that simple. It's not hard. So, I wrote him and just said, thanks for all the advice. I followed the advice, and he wrote back. He said, we all start off, kind of slow, but I'm glad you're doing better. But I greatly appreciated that. But you must remember to always never be afraid, never be ashamed of what you are doing. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about this before, but you gotta bang your own drum. If you want to make it in this crazy internet marketing, crazy online world, I'm not saying you have to be the loudest person in the room, of course not. You don't have to be the loudest person, but you must bang your own drum. You must say, hey, I have something to say. This is why you should listen to me. You're gonna listen to me, blah 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 blah. Like that. You don't want to be, you don't want to be a wallflower. You don't want to be like, yeah, I market sometimes. No, it's a hey, I am XYZ and I do this, I do that, and this is why you should listen to me, and this is why you can follow me. Or you can just create content, pump out the content, and people will come, people will find you, As I told you yesterday, we recorded the podcast, and then I said, you know what? I uploaded it to the Facebook page, Online Marketing Moves, which go ahead, like, and follow the page. So I went there, uploaded it, and I said, you know what? It is time. It's that time for me to create a Facebook ad. So I tried to, I just did a boost, what they call them, a boost on the for the page. So that way we can start to get more and more engagement as far as listeners of the podcast, because I don't want you to listen. I don't want you to feel alone. Okay. One of these days, you're going to be walking down the street wearing a t-shirt that says Online Marketing Moves or something like that. And somebody will point to you and be like, you listen to the show? I listen to the show. We love the show. Boom. We're going to be a family, whether you like it or not, pal. Okay. Listen, some the first family you're just born into, and then after that you can sort of pick and choose your family. So the Online Marketing Moves, we are going to be a family. We're going to be a community. We're going to wrap our arms around each other. We're going to hug each other. We're going to love each other. And you know what? Damn it, you're going to like it. All right. Anyway, now let's get back to the topic of the day. Now, you know what the topic of the day is? Listen, yesterday I wrote an article. It's called Why We Struggle. Why do we struggle? And there's some points in here, and we're going to go over one of the points. And one of the points in the article, I just wrote the draft out. I gotta do some etching and all that, and then I will upload it on the Medium and upload it on the website probably tomorrow. But one of the points of the story is about why do we struggle? Because a lot of us, we get comfortable in our own story. You know what I mean? Like, say right now, you might be, let's say you are short on money when it comes to going to college. Let's say you're 18, 19 years old, all right? And you can't afford to go to the college that you really want to go to. Some people will find a way to do something different, go to a junior college, go another route. Some people will go the military route so they can afford to pay for the college after they got to the military. some people, but a majority of the people will give 20 years from now, when they're like 38, 39, 40, they will give you a sob story about why they didn't go to college, how they didn't, how their parents did them bad because they couldn't afford to go to college. What would have happened if they would have went to college? On and on and on to the break of dawn. Okay, they will go. They will, and you will see these people. You will see these people everywhere. They will tell you, "Oh man, I could have been a lawyer, but my parents just couldn't afford to go to college. I couldn't, man, I didn't get that scholarship. This, that, and the other, And people live in this story from now into doomsday. Just because you can't go to college right then and there does not mean, hey, eventually you can't go. You know what I mean? And this is why people struggle. This is why people have, they keep running up against the same invisible wall. There's a wall that we all sometimes run into. It's invisible. Trust me. I know. I've ran into it a few times, but it's invisible. It's only in our imagination. It's only in our head. We can do what we want to do. You know what I mean? Like if there's something you want to do, you have to, it might not pan out the way you want to, but the most important thing is you go for it. You try to do it. Most important thing we can all do, is take action, of course. But a lot of the times we get comfortable in these stories. I know somebody, and this is not a lie. I've I probably shared this with you on the podcast before, but I knew somebody one time, and I remember they had the same story every 6 months. We would check in with each other about every 6 months, every 7 months. I go, hey, how's life going for you? Man, let me tell you something, man. If it wasn't for this person, that person, this person, that person, man, I'd be rich. I said, what? Ain't them the same people you blamed the last time? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And he's like, man, my mom, she be wanting me to watch my brothers and get them money, do this, do that. They hold me back, man. I got to get away from my family. I'm like, why don't you move? Where I'm gonna move to? That's the first question he was like. He said, where I'm gonna move to? I'm thinking, I don't know, somewhere, anywhere. Who knows? Who cares? Just move. Apparently, you have a problem with these people. Why come you don't move? And he's like, nah, I can't do that. And then, it'd be 6 months later. And I'm like, hey, what's been going on? What's been happening? Man, the same old, same old. I mean, these people, they hold me back. They hold me back. And I'm like, this is the same story I'm hearing every time I talk to you, homeboy. Like, come on, man. Like, he was real comfortable in the story. Like, the story sounded good, but it's not helping. It's not getting you anywhere. And you're constantly going to be struggling. And this went on for like, I think eventually I was just like, if this guy tell me one more time that his family holding him back, I'm going to, hey, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. And eventually, we just lost contact. If you call somebody every 6-7 months, I mean, eventually, I ain't gonna be calling you, like that. But this was like an ongoing thing for like 2 or 3 years, and it's just like, wow, amazing. Like the same story over and over and over and over. And it's like he laid in the story, he was comfortable in the story, slept in the story, It's just amazing. And we all go through this sometimes. It's like I have, like, for me, working out. All right. I got 1,001 excuses about, man, I'm about to work out, man. But you know what happened? This is me. I'll tell you. One time, all right, when I was over the road, when I was really over the road, full bloom over the road, I told myself, I said, self, we are going to work out every single day, and nothing's gonna stop us. This is my, I'm like, yeah, we got to lose some weight, because before I started driving trucks, I weighed about 175. I was a 180. I was a lean, mean fighting machine. And then, of course, age, sitting in the truck all the time, kind of, well, I didn't really realize at the time, but probably kind of depressed too, because I'm always gone. So I'm like, hey, I'm starting to get a little pudgy. I need to lose some weight. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm about to start working out. I'm going to Walmart, getting me a jump rope, gonna start lifting me some weights, you know. So I I got it all together, and I was like, all right. So the first couple of days I'm working out, you know, doing it. Third day, I think I had to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember this like it was yesterday. I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, well, now, you know, I can't get up at no 2 o'clock in the morning to try to work out. You know, that's crazy. It's cold outside. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll wait till I get to the receiver, because I was going to the, you know, in trucking. If you got an early appointment like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, most of the times you had a grocery warehouse. So I had to go to the grocery warehouse. You know, then I went there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start working out once I back in. You know, then I'm like, man, there's a lot of trucks out here, man. It's dangerous out here. You know, I can't work out right here. You know, plus they was like, you can't step outside. So I was like, oh man, you can't even go outside. It's so dangerous, you know. So they they got done with me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go work out once I go to my next stop. So I go to the next stop, and I'm sitting there waiting to get loaded. And I remember I was like, man, I'm supposed to be working out. I'm like, oh man, I gotta take me a little nap. I'm kind of tired. I've been up since like 2 o'clock. So, you know, I had more stories, more excuses. And then I remember they was like, it was like, hey, we got some sodas if you want a soda. And I was like, man, I might as well get a soda. I've been working hard all day. I deserve me a drink, you know. And me myself, I have a sweet tooth, so I look at soda like alcohol, you know. I'm like, yeah, man, let me get that soda, man. I need that, you know. So I pop the top, drinking it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm relaxed. I'm like, man. Like, man, this working out. It's getting kind of late. It's like 3 o'clock. Like, man, I could work out tomorrow. And then the next day, I remember like it was yesterday. The next day, well, that night I parked, and it was like a dirt lot. I was in Nebraska, and I was in a dirt lot. And then I remember when I woke up and I was like, man, I can't be working on no dirt lot, getting all dirty and whatnot. And I was like, man, I'm about to work out when I stop again. And after that third day, man, listen, I had more stories than a man on the moon. It was pitiful. So I just lived in that story for like 6 months. I was like, man, you know what, man? What happened to me, man? I couldn't work out because I was in that dirt lot. And then once I got in that dirt lot, man, it broke my whole concentration, man. So that was my story, you know. So we all have fallen victim to be living in the story, you know. Oh man, my life had been the same since my girl broke up with me, or my boyfriend broke up with me, or whatever, you know. Blah, 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 you know. We all have these stories. We all have these excuses, man, you know. We all get comfortable in these stories. So let's 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 fight that with the big water hose. You know what I mean? Like if you feel yourself coming up with a story, coming up with an excuse of why you're not trying to do this or trying to do that, then I want you to grab your hose and I want you to flush them. I want you to shoot them flames out. All right, because once you start telling and listen, trust me, you will start justifying it with yourself, and it will be like, yeah, that's right, man. I couldn't. I tried, man. Try my best, man. But you know, I mean, what can I do? What can I do? Like you will get that way, you know. But you want to get over that stuff. You want to get over the hump, you know. Like I remember for a while there when I I wanted to start spending 30 minutes praying and 30 minutes, you know, spending time with the good Lord. All right. So this is another one. This is a good one. Now I was like, man, you know, I need to spend 30 minutes a day, you know, because I started taking this class and it was a good class. It's called Master Life. You know, it's like, yeah, they was like, yeah, you need to spend 10, 15, 30 minutes a day with the Lord, you know, you'll build up. I'm like, all right, then. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And they like, do it in the morning. And they was like, try to do it in the morning, try to do it before you go to bed. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm gonna do that. And you know, I mean, I was working nights and go in at like 10 p.m. at the time. like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., something like that. And I'm like, now I'm like, when I get home, man, I'm gonna spend my 30 minutes, And the first couple weeks, I was going good. And then somehow, I don't know what happened. Either somebody called me or what, but I was like, I gotta take this phone call. This is important. But I'm gonna get back to them 30 minutes in a minute. And then I will start watching TV, and I just start falling asleep. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna get up early in the night, and then I'm gonna spend my 30 minutes. And next thing I know, after those first couple of weeks, 1 or 2 days, and after that I was done. And then I remember I woke up one day and I was driving, and I was like, yeah, Lord. I mean, it's hard to get 30. It's hard to give you 30 minutes because I mean, where am I gonna get the where am I gonna get these 30 minutes? Where am I gonna get these 30 minutes? I mean, what am I supposed to do? So I'm trying to, I am driving down the highway going to work, talking to, you know, talking to God, and I'm over here telling him my story. And I'm like, hey, man, I mean, it's hard spending 30 minutes. And I mean, what are you going to do? What can you do? I mean, it's rough. And then I thought to myself, like, I'll be watching TV for like I'll be watching TV for like an hour a day. I could just cut the TV off, But at the time, the story sounded better. You know what I mean? So you want to avoid that, man. You want to avoid your story. You want to avoid those stories. All right. And, basically, at the end of the day, you just want to get in there. You just want to get in there, live in the present moment, take enough action, and have things planned out, have things mapped out, and take it from there. Like we said before, this is not a magical. The thing you want to do, it might. It's a strong possibility it'll work out. Man, most important thing is not to quit. You might have to. You might have to deviate. You might have to change course a little bit, but as long as you're on the right path, as long as you are doing the things that you need to do, everything else will fall into place, So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode 241 of Online Marketing Moves. And like I said, if you haven't already, go to the Facebook page, like, follow, and share with a friend. Listen, we working on getting these likes up for this here Facebook page. You know what I mean? So gotta get more eyeballs to see the Online Marketing Moves podcast movement. All right. And if you haven't already, go to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel for right now is Tony Resonno. That's TonyResonno. Like or click subscribe, follow. We'll be uploading videos on a regular basis. Right now we are working on content. We are working on the podcast, and we are starting to do more and more writing. So we will be doing that, but we will start throwing in some videos. I have my camera right here. Oh yeah, I gotta take a picture. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say we have a very nice studio coming along. I'd like to thank my wife. She helped me build a nice desk, a couple of nice desks actually. And right now, I will tell you that right now I'm going to share the ambiance in the office with you right now. We are talking on the AT2020 microphone, of course. We have the Mac computer out, and we have these two nice candles, cinnamon sugar donuts. All right. As a matter of fact, I bought these candles from a classmate of mine. She started selling candles online, and she makes them out of her home in Texas. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And the name of the candles are In Essence Candle Company. So you can look that up online. In Essence. I'll leave that in the notes of the show. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Resonno. And oh yeah, we are going to leave the funnel down below every day. If you want to learn how to start your very own online business, These people will help you out. Go click on the link, sign up, put your name, your name, your email address in there, and give them a shot. They are very good about showing people how to start your very own online business. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is finally it. I know we done enough plug. We plugged candles, we plugged this, that, YouTube channels. We've done it all. But I appreciate you for listening. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow with another hard-hitting episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Zano. Thank you for listening. And as always, everybody, including you, Mom, let's all hit it together. All right? 1, 2, 3. Peace.